And there we go. Now we're live. And a portion of the screen is dedicated to the screen right here. Let's see what this is all about. All right, so going to be doing some patch trading. Why? Because I've seen Clover's out here lording over everybody a bunch of patches he's got that he acts like he's got a whole bunch of. So let's find out what's going on with that first off. So appreciate the thumbs. Thanks for that. DJ saying he just set up a patch trade today. Just set up a trade today. Who knows what that means? Probably a guitar trade for that dude. So Patreons have a link to this. They can just jump right in. And if you want a patch trade, then I imagine you could also jump right in. I'm looking for Clover's deal. What's this all about? Great American Outdoor Show. Oh, that's Paige Gunsmith in school is going to be at the Great American Outdoor Show. We'll add that to the list to talk about later. All right. So I guess I already looked at it, so they're punishing me. I have to go find Clover directly. Boom, here we go. And now the deal is he's trying to sell some patches because he's a capitalist. He's always trying to sell patches all the time. So you buy one of these patches and you're going to get 2 of them for free, he says. So here's the deal. I don't have some of these, and I need to get some of these off of him. So he has yet to reply. So if he jumps in here, we'll find out what's going on. And then we'll see if we can't get some trading done. So there's a couple here that I don't have that I definitely want. And I want to find out how many of them he's got, and then if he'll trade them. And then we'll go see if anybody else has any patch pictures up. I think what I'm going to do is email him. I wonder what kind of patches Gizzard got. Anybody seen Gizzard talking about whatever patches he got? What is this all about? I don't know why I'm getting so many updates about that. I don't remember asking about updates about that. Here we go. And it was super thrilling, I bet, watching me answer emails or send an email on the other thing here. I'm going to send it to Gizzard. Ghost. Who else has patches from there? I don't know what else, but I got patches, so I'll just them too. Boom. I will trade several green Hug-a-Fug bears. Oh, you got a bunch of green Hug-a-Fuds. Patches? Let's see. So how else are we going to see? See if anybody posted SHOT Show patches to a. These are top, and these are most recent. That's from 2020. That's a long time ago. All right, so let's just type SHOT Show patches into the internet. It's pretty bad. That's not very good pictures at all. So now we'll go back over to all. I guess I'll just go over to eBay. All right, now we start to see some of them. Ultra rare patch set. Not that ultra rare, but whatever. So got all of these. I only got one of these ones with the skull on it. It's SARS ones, a whole bunch of those out there. There might be some interesting ones in this one. I just put this sticker set away. So I have a sticker set like that from Arrow. Oh, here we go. Tony, I didn't think to send Tony. Do you got pictures of your patches anywhere, Tony? Because I need a couple off of Clover's thing here. Oops, got to go back to find Clover. Just looking at the pile that Clover got here, and I don't have this girl version of Wii. I have two girls, but I don't have the girl in the woods shooting something. I only have the dude doing that. So this one got put out when I wasn't around, so I don't have that one. And I need to definitely get one of them so I have a set of Wii's that's more complete. And I'm guessing that I got Wii's that he don't have, so I'm hoping he'll trade that. But I don't know what Tony's got. I should send you a link. I don't know if you can jump in. I'll send you a link anyway. All right, and then I'll go over here again. I'm not taking any pictures. I just unpacked them. Yeah, right on. So Marco never takes pictures of his stuff either. He just always puts them in this big garbage bag. He literally has a giant garbage bag of them. I think he has a garbage bag of ones he likes and a garbage bag of other ones, like a giant garbage bag of them. Let's see. So then there's these. This was a set you could get from Double Star, but $50. I don't have this Go Quietly Into the Night, but I'm guessing I'm not going to find those too often. I'm not going to go nuts trying to get that one. That's going to be an expensive one. Did get a couple of these Normas. Oh, that would be a neat keychain right there. That Gray Ghost keychain would be kind of cool. So that's a sticker. I did get one of these, but I don't care about getting any more than one. Let's see. There's this from SHOT Show this year. I definitely didn't see this one, the Stop Being Poor one. I don't know who's giving that one out. I doubt I'll get one of those. Somebody's going to want to, unless somebody's got 10 of those or something, I doubt they're going to be giving those away. This is just a bunch of stickers and some very common patches. There's Tony. Hey.
Hey, what's going on, man?
I just was looking at Clover's over here, and like I was saying, that Wii one and a couple others. So I was like, well, dang, I'm going to try going live and see, because I'm guessing we all got stacks of different ones.
Yeah,
so you something like you got a whole bunch of them. Did you get them from people or just collecting them? Because sometimes people will say, oh, here, take 50 of these, because they're giving them to you specifically or something.
Well, I had that happen, especially with Ryan over at Grey Ghost, because obviously he's a friend of mine and got me on Firearms Radio Network. So he gave me a lot of Patriot Patch Company patches and Grey Ghost Precision, Grey Ghost gear, that kind of thing.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, he supported us from like the beginning in 2015 with stuff like that.
Because they got some cool patches.
Oh, they have a lot of cool patches. And then I went in it with the mission of building swag bundles and raffling them and using them to raffle off to make fun, raise money for 2A4E.
Right on.
So I talked to actual companies about that as I was going through, told them what I was doing. I got some cool stuff like not quite a Pelican case, but a company that makes cases like Pelican cases gave me one that's pretty large. And he was just like, here, take it. um, and other things like that, those SAR bags, the red ones that everyone had, I have like three of those. So what I'm going to do is just put together packets of just shot swag, and hopefully people will be interested, and I can add it to Patreon or whatever, and raise money.
What about putting it on Pot of Gold auctions?
Okay.
Cheryl Todd's auctions.
Okay, I'd never even thought of it. I mean, I saw you were working with them. I just assumed it was only firearms he did.
Oh no, they do all kinds of cool stuff like pinball games and coins. I mean, it's just like a regular estate auctions and just regular cool kind of auctions and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's like every other Tuesday or so they do them. So I would imagine you could just send them over there, and then they could do that, and then the funds go to the projects.
Yeah, for me, I just recurring funds would be a cool thing. I mean, that's one of the reasons that $20 membership to the or $20 donation a month, and I can just pull them up for weeks. I don't know what to put together though. I'm gonna have to pull it apart and look at it. Like I got
Wow,
some of
this one's $129. That's crazy.
You're crazy. What?
This one from, I don't know, Spiritus Systems, I guess, did it. I got one, but I forgot where I got it. I got it from a friend, one of the girls I patch trade with.
Holy
He
snot.
traded with me. It's I don't know, some kind of weird yellow guy. I'm just on eBay. So Makojo is asking, are these on eBay? Yeah, I'm just looking at eBay auctions right now. So here's what I'm going to suggest. If you want to, I've been putting all of the patches that I collected at SHOT Show onto this website, Patch Buyer's Guide. Boom. And I was going to put more on today, but I had some other stuff to do. I haven't been able to get in here and put more on. But these are the patches that I collected at SHOT Show, about half of them at this point. And if you want to go to eBay, crap, it's not showing up. There should have been a link at the bottom of there. So I guess try to go into here. Nah, it ain't working. Yeah. So anyway, then there's I was going to try to get you a link to eBay there, but I wouldn't buy nothing off of eBay right now unless you're crazy. Because number one, you don't know what Tony's got, and Tony just talked about having Gray Ghost, right? And they got some of the coolest freaking patches. Did you get any of these?
Oh yeah, I've got those. I got those from back in the day.
So Tony's got some awesome ones. So I would not buy nothing until you find out what Tony's doing, and then that way at least the funds go to something decent instead of just some person on eBay who just went around horking patches. Because right now all you're doing is you're rewarding. If you buy stuff on eBay right now, you're rewarding people that go to SHOT Show, hork patches to sell them, and they're going to get $225 for a bunch of patches that I can tell you right now, there was hundreds of these sitting on the table, like dozens and hundreds of these sitting on a table, dozens of the, well, I didn't see these actually, but I bet you dozens of these given out. The Night Eyes, I mean, a bunch of these patches are like, they were just sitting there. And then there's a couple of them that are a little bit more rare, but most of these are, you're just encouraging people that are screwing with everything. But anyway,
wow. I didn't know. I didn't know they were getting this kind of money. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these ones from Gray Ghost, those are cool ass patch. Like this is the one that they did this year. This is the one I got. Mm-hmm. And they didn't have a shit ton of them. Actually, they did, I think. They did have a bunch sitting out. I only took a couple, I think. And then I didn't see the key ring. But still, those two together going for $30. I mean, that's not a ripoff or nothing, but it's but it's basically somebody that just went to SHOT Show and grabbed them and is now trying to pay off their trip or whatever. And that's fine. It's just that if you're going to be buying stuff, I'm just going to say buy it from somebody like Tony, who got the stuff from Grey Ghost to give away, or basically given to Tony's project so that Tony can raise money with it, as opposed to somebody who's just snagging stuff that should be going to a collector. You know, I mean, well, I don't know. I guess it, capitalists buy whatever you want. I'm just saying, I'd rather see people buy it off of Tony than some eBay right now.
Yeah, Ryan gave me a really cool DACA patch from Magpul labeled DACA patch with um, the Grey Ghost Precision logo on it, laser imprinted, and it has like a scope cover on top, Grey Ghost Precision label, and all those patches, including the keychain, all in it. So I mean, something like that. I mean, if people were into it, my whole thing is just to raise funds for what we do. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm not really a patch dude, only because living in Jersey, I don't want stuff advertised. I mean, I do what I do, but if I'm traveling or going somewhere, I don't want certain people to know what I do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Depends on where you stick your patches, I guess. They're
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I know I'm being a little paranoid, but I mean, I've been doxxed before. I've had them take pictures of my vehicle with my license plate and blast it online. So no. I mean, I don't know what they thought they were going to achieve by it. You know, mom's demand or a associate of, because I went and supported friends at NRA in New York. They were having something up there, and they were being protested, and they tried to shut them down. So a lot of us in Jersey got together, raised some money, bought tickets, and went out and supported them. You know what I mean? And when we pulled up, they had the moms' demands all out there protesting and taking pictures of our cars as we went in, and they put them online. I'm like, okay. I mean, if you're going to drive from not upstate New York, but not around the city to come find me in my house, that's a bold move, Cotton.
Yeah, I hear you. It's annoying though to have them mess with you like that. That's what it
Hmm.
is, harassment or whatever.
That's
But
all it is.
anyway, so we're talking patches though, and trading the ones from Shot Show. So, like I said, some of these things are going to be tougher. Like this one here, I'm guessing a 511 Vegas or bust.
Yeah,
I don't
because
know.
I
If
don't.
that's,
Did 511 even show up?
well, that's the thing, and I don't know. I didn't look for them. I guess I didn't see them anywhere. But their booth kind of goes from big to little. And last couple of shows, their booth's been kind of like low key or subtle.
Yeah,
Um, but and then some years, like they have a really big patch panel, and you can tell they've got a bunch, like they're emphasizing their patches. But I don't think this is a Shot Show patch. I just think that's a Vegas patch that they do because
oh,
they do a bunch of different location patches.
yeah,
So
because
it's just the way that's selling a patch that happens to be about Vegas.
yeah, I flew in with a lady who was supposedly doing a stand up. I don't know what that means in the 511 booth, and it was about veteran suicide. And that's what her organization said that she was working with, but I could not find them because she told me to come by on a certain day. They were going to be there for like 3 hours. But I think maybe they had the space, like a lot of the places did, and didn't show up and allowed other causes to come. You know what I mean? Yeah, I have a few of those that you just showed.
Yeah, these were again, these were all ones that were for the most part just
All
I have
over,
a
right?
table full of them or whatever.
Yeah, Radical Firearms. When I went over and I was actually speaking to them because they were over by Double Star, and I did their podcast, the Double Star podcast. Um, I walked over and talked to Radical Firearms, and they gave me just an armload of stuff. They were like, "Here," and of course, call us so we can work together. Hopefully, we do something. But
That's
they
the
were,
one with this rifle with the skull and the
yeah,
nods. Yeah,
yes,
yeah, that's a cool patch, and it's glow in the dark.
yeah. Actually, right here. Yeah, he just turned around and gave me a crunch load of them. They're really nice people over there. Um, one of the ladies, you know, you don't want to disrespect someone just because there's an attractive lady in the booth doesn't mean she's a old school booth babe. You know what I mean? So I started
Well,
speaking to her.
they almost never are. Like that doesn't
Yeah,
even exist anymore.
that's totally gone. But she said I work with Radical, and I'm like, well, what do you mean by that? I mean, what do you mean work with them? Do you work? In my mind, work for the company, as an employee of Radical Firearms, or as a sponsored athlete, or something like that. Her name is Jennifer. Ends up she's an IFBB bikini pro. So if you guys know that, that's just another category of bodybuilding where the ladies are a lot softer than the female bodybuilders. And she's also a police officer. And we ended up having like really cool conversation the next day when I stopped by to be on the podcast at Double Star, which was across the aisle from them. So I thought that was just pretty cool that, this is a real shooter, real model, real person that actually knew about radical firearms and used them. I think enough of that gets done. I mean, that's the booth babe thing is an old school thing that no longer exists, and I kind of dig that. I think the last time I saw something like that was Great American Outdoor Show, like four years ago, maybe five, maybe longer. At Palmetto State Armory had one, and I think EAA had one a few years ago with Shot that was really weird, and everybody commented on it, and they got rid of
Hmm.
it.
Right, and that's what'll happen is a foreign company will put one up because they think that's what Americans want or whatever, and then exactly what you said. Then they'll be like, "Oh, dang! Like that was bad."
Yeah, I
Um,
think they had them dressed as cave girls or something, and that just went over really badly.
I'm gonna hit Santee's question. It was a good question. Is there an official SHOT Show patch? So technically, yes, because NSSF has a store there, and they sell things like hats and T-shirts and all the merchandise type of stuff, all kinds of things actually. And they'll have a couple of different patches, and then I think Clover can tell you a story. Did you tell me about how they were
Yeah.
crazy with their pricing or something? I didn't even go in
Oh,
Yeah.
there here because
yeah.
normally the patches are expensive.
It was $8 a patch. I think they had the most this year, variants or whatever.
You should have gone
That
in there.
that they've ever had. They had like maybe 5 or 6, and usually they only had like 2 at the most. But they had like 5 or 6 different ones. They were all $8 a patch. Did not matter what size it was. So I picked up just kind of a normal looking SHOT Show patch, and then a little that was almost like a rocker panel. And I was kind of put off, and I said something to him because the rocker panel was $8, just like the other one. And I'm like, this is tiny for $8. What in the world? And then I went to check out, and there was this big, huge SHOT Show patch. I picked it up, and I'm like, what is this? And she's like, it's a patch. And I'm like, this is a patch for like the back of a jacket, like a biker jacket. It was huge. It was like a foot across or something. And
What?
she's like, it's a patch. And I'm like, so it's $8? And she's like, yeah, it's $8. I said, that's
Ugh.
crazy that this little one is $8 and then this big huge one is $8. And she's like, well, if you buy the big one, I'll just give you the little one. And I'm like, sold. So I got the big one and then the little rocker and then the normal,
And you only
a
bought
normal
one?
shot patch.
What about like 10?
Yeah, I just got the one. I just got one
Ugh.
for me. But
All
yeah.
right, so I'm looking at a picture on your screen here. First off, you got
Uh-huh.
this picture of all these patches. These are all your double doubles.
No, I've already pulled my stuff out. So them
So you got
are,
enough of
but
these.
I've
I
got
mean,
multiples. I've got multiples of everything you see there. Yes.
good. So I'm looking for that the girl the black girl
In the trees.
Uh-huh. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
have her. I did that one never came out when I was around, so I'd like to get
You
one
got
of
the
them.
boy?
I got every other one, I think. I
I
got
don't
two
have the
boys,
boy.
I got two girls. A boy in the trees?
I do not have the boy in the trees.
Yeah, I can get you a boy in the trees for
I
sure.
think. I think that's the one I don't have. But
Because well,
anyway.
here I can show you over on the other thing. I have all the Wii's though.
So anyway, show me just by what you're looking there. Which ones are there? Any ones you see there you need?
Yeah. The ones that on your picture, I need that girl Wii, and then
Hmm.
the whatever. What is this guy? A cyborg? The blue thing with some kind of dude, and he's got underwear on or something.
It's Stone Cold Steve Austin. I think that was a daily patch.
Yeah, I don't know what that one is, but I don't have it. And then whatever this other one is, some
That's the
kind of
other.
green
That's
one.
like a South Park guy or something. I don't know
Yeah,
either.
and I just figure because I have two of those, and then
Uh-huh.
do you need the other two? I got a Spider-Man and a Hello Kitty.
Yes, I do not have. That's the only two of those I have.
You don't have doubles of these though?
I do. Yes, everything you see there, I've already put aside mine.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
So if you want to throw me those two also, then I would be able to put four of those together. And I don't care. I'm just going to give them to somebody. I just, it'd be neat to be able to see four of them together for a picture or whatever.
No, what I was telling you is I don't have the other two. The ones you talked about. Those are the
I
only
think
two
I got doubles to give you the other two is what I'm saying.
once. Yeah. And then you don't have the True Shot, right? You said you didn't have this True Shot Gun Club. That round one, kind of orange and
Right in the middle?
yellowish. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that's a sticker.
No, that's a True Shot Gun Club. I got that from
No, I don't have that one. I'll
the
take as many
ginger.
of them as they exist. They should give me those because I live in Arizona. Like I live next
Right.
to these things, so they should give us those for free.
Right.
But I have all the other ones, I think. And yeah, I think I have all the other ones also.
You've got the little gun from Maxim, and you've got the other little Maxim range ride looking thing. Have you got the poker chip looking one? That little poker chip kind of down in the
Yeah, I think
bottom
those
right.
ones are good. I don't know what HRT is, but that was a great patch. I really like that patch.
Yeah, that was
and
a
that
cool
would be
one.
a great series of patches, I think.
Yeah. And then you did get the puppy dog patch, right?
I got one.
So,
I'll probably keep one, but I've got another one to give away.
yeah. Okay.
The I'm not going to keep it or nothing. I don't think. I just want to be able. I just didn't even know there was one, and since you got a double, I know somebody's
I'm
going to have
selfish.
handfuls of them.
I'm selfish, so anything I don't already have, I'm keeping. But I did notice something this year. There are some patches that they just regurgitated their design. So,
Kind of. I mean, that's how the patch game is. Sometimes people go nuts. Sometimes they don't.
well, like night vision. So the two little shield-looking ones, the Stone Cold and the South Park guy you were talking about. So that's night vision, and they had a different patch every day.
Yeah, they've been doing that for long.
But then they got their eagle eye looking one and then I think they even got another one. Or no, wasn't that. What's the other night? Was it High-Vis? No. Who's the other site company that was giving away to Excess Sights? Excess Sights. Their patch was
There's
just
a
a
logo,
standard. Yeah, it was just a standard.
but
Their
they didn't
patch
even
has been that
glow.
way
Crazy.
forever. Yeah, it's been that way forever.
But there's the XS one. That's because they get them by the billions. I can't even imagine.
Yeah,
probably 10,000 of them or something.
Probably.
So Tony, are you going to? You said you got like basically a Pelican case of them. Is that like handfuls of different ones, or is that like packs of 100 of different ones?
Oh no, it's not that many. I just opened everything up because I'm not a patch guy, as in I don't collect them myself. So I just opened my bag up, like right now, and what I have is like a lot of hats and other things. I just collected a bunch of swag,
Oh,
and
okay.
it includes patches too. So like I got those Condor camouflage bags, the ones they were giving away as you walk past the Condor booth.
Yeah.
I have Condor hats. I have Voodoo Tactical. Voodoo Tactical is giving away hats and decks of cards for shot. So I have that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to try to put together some swag package that will include patches too. And then I just opened up this thing. Ryan gave me a case, almost like an old school CD case from Grey Ghost Precision. And it is just chocked full of Patriot Patch Company patches.
Nice.
Like huge, including this. This is sweet. Again, not a patch dude, but they have a, I guess it's the tax stamp. A patch is, it is like a 3-inch by 3-inch tax stamp with
That's awesome.
PS90 in it with suppressors and stuff.
Nice.
Or a P90 with a suppressor. I mean, they make cool stuff, man. He's really, really good at what he does, and I'm glad they support what we do. And it's in God's plaid. So it's, yeah, old school woodland. Oh, and I also have the Palm. What is it? U.S. Palm. They had the banana clip.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I got a couple of those. I was over there talking to them at Century, and I guess that's where they were. Yeah, that's it.
Yep, that was one where I got there when they were giving up, like maybe Thursday or Friday, maybe I forget. But it was towards the end of the show, and they were like, "Okay, we're done. Like, there's no need. We're not taking these home." So they were just putting them on the table by the handfuls.
Okay.
Banana clips.
That
was pretty handy.
I flew in the plane with one of their guys. It was like the shot plane. Like everyone around us were all going to SHOT Show from Philly. Oh, excuse me, Miami. Because I flew from Philly to Miami and then Miami to Vegas. Because, who cares about efficiency?
Did anybody see this "Stop Being Poor" one? Allegedly, that's a SHOT Show patch.
Mm-mm.
Nice.
But it doesn't have any logo on it, so somebody's just calling it that, I think.
That would be the best if that was actually an HK patch.
Mm-mm.
That would just be the best.
Or
Like
Wilson,
HK just,
or Wilson Combat, or Night Force,
Nighthawk,
or
any of them, any of the higher end companies. Just lean into it, man. Just lean into it.
Yeah.
I really miss seeing them. I wonder if they're going to be at the Great American Outdoor Show.
I suspect that show is going to be filled to the gills because everyone's going to have learned their lesson from not showing up at SHOT Show.
Be upset. Yeah.
Oh, dude. Right? Yeah, but and listen, they rested. I mean, there's no reason that they shouldn't be there. It's not like CZ Ruger, what is it? CZ Ruger Beretta and SIG should all be there. I mean, they've been there before. I've been there with them. I've hung out with the SIG guys. Heck, I've hung out with the Devil Dog Arms guys. Is that still a thing? Because I haven't heard anything from them. Anybody seen them or even know them?
No, Ghost Mike could tell you some stories. I don't know if he still talks to them or not, but yeah, he was in communication pretty good with them there for a while.
Yeah, I don't know if it was before or after the whole controversy, and I'll leave it alone. But I met up with him afterwards, after that was over, because I didn't even know about it. Mm-hmm. And it seemed like kind of non-starter-ish. It was weird. But the patches are cool that I have. I just got to get them out of this bag. I finally unpacked and put my suitcases and stuff away. So I'm going to try to put
this one from Dead Air is pretty cool. I didn't see this one anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's supposed to be the dude from that one TV show or if it's supposed to be somebody else.
Sticks? Is that who's supposed to be from the TV show?
Oh, I don't know. I was thinking that show with the guy who made meth or whatever. I don't really remember.
Oh, Breaking Bad?
Breaking Bad, okay.
I don't really remember. If this might be something else that I haven't seen.
Yeah, some cultural things I'm totally out of the loop. Because I used to think that whatever PD Live PD, I thought that was a cool show. And then everybody got all woke and canceled it. What is that? Sasquatch?
Yeah, I'm not sure. They keep calling them PVC, or they keep calling them SHOT Show 2022 patches, but there's nothing on them that says anything about SHOT Show or a company. They're just basically patches.
Yeah. Like some I definitely saw, and some, like that right there. That was over at SWAT. Yeah. Because they had a different one every day, I think. We were having that conversation because I was actually talking to those guys.
They have a different every day, but it's almost impossible to get them because they don't have a lot. It's almost impossible to get them all because everybody forgets. At least I have gotten them all before, but that was because I know them. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't able to remember to get over there every day, and they go pretty quick. So you really got to run over there and get them quick. So I went over there the second day and got this one, and I was like, "It's actually pretty stupid. I don't even like it." And then the second day, it was pretty stupid also. And I was like, I could care less if I get the third one. And then I got the third one. And then it's like, dang, I wish I got the first one, but I'm not going to trade nothing for the first one. But they're worth like a bunch of money. They're one of the more expensive ones because they are so difficult to get all four.
Oh
They're
wow, yeah.
more difficult to get theirs than it is to get these from Night Vision. And I think it's just because Night Vision puts them out so you can get like four or five. You know, if you're a collector, you can get four or five because
Hmm.
that helps me out as a collector. Because, like I said, I got like two or three girls that collect there. And if they get a handful of ones and I get a handful of other ones, when we meet, we share them, right? And now we don't have to have walked all over the place and we can still have, you know what I mean? Like you can still, because so when a company has a daily one, but they let you grab more than one, it's just way easier to collect them than
Mhm.
having to go find them all and have to, like this one, you have to trade a patch for it. So that means you got to walk around with somebody else's patches or with your own patches to trade for it.
Yeah, and I had my bathtub patch and I had my 2A4E patch that I put on my name badge. And I'm like, no,
Man,
you're
we
not
weren't
getting
trading those. Those cost you money. Like those are real money.
it. Yeah. I'm like, these are the only two I have, and no.
I cannot tell you. So this time I did not do the same thing, but I will tell you I gave away every one of my patches that I even had on my badge holder and my bag before the show was over. But I've learned not to carry an old, discontinued, don't have anymore, but that one patch
Yeah, no shit.
on my badge holder or my bag because inevitably somebody is going to want it, right? And so I don't even carry those anymore. It's easy for me. There's certain patches I do carry that I'm not gonna give away or trade that are patches from other people or other organizations or whatever, and that's fine. But I just feel so horrible, you know. I'm not going to tell somebody no, you can't have one of my patches. So I have learned not to carry those rare ones around.
Yeah,
Dang, I didn't
I
see
was.
all of these. Did you get any of these other ones, Tony?
Let me see.
They've
Uh,
got this one that's like a skull that's like made out of wood or something. And then it just says Gray Ghost underneath. And then this one says Gray Ghost with some sort of like a shield.
hold on, I think that's what I just talked about. It's right here. I didn't even take everything out. Um, it's the comes in the DACA pack. Hold on. Yeah, medium DACA pack. Scope mount. Yep, stickers. Uh, yes, skull. Other skull that says Gray Ghost in a triangle patch. Let's
Yeah,
bang
okay.
tonight. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going through the whole thing. I didn't even see. Wow. Yep, that's exactly what I have.
Right on.
So I don't remember what company it was, but I traded a couple of my patches for a guy was walking around with it. Um, and it was like a tactical pin, I want to say, and like a flashlight and a little like AR-15 mini AR-15 handguard, like it would fit on a goat gun or something. That was some type of a business card holder or something. I think he said it was a little set of stuff. Did y'all see those at all? Because that's the only time I ever seen them.
Wait, no, no. Somebody was walking around with something like that?
Well, I mean, I seen him in the he was a he had a, I want to say he had a booth, but I don't remember who it was, right? But I didn't meet them at the booth. I mean, it was in another booth, and he seen my patches, and he's like, "Can we do some trading?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm sure we can." And he said, "What's this worth?" And I'm like, "Well, I'll give you, all my patches, every one of each. And all I had, I think, at the time was the green and the orange teddy bear. And he seemed happy, and that's what he wanted, one of the teddy bears anyway. That's what he seen. And uh, anyway, I just like I said, I traded him for it. So I'm assuming they were giving those away or something at their booth, but I don't remember who the guy was or anything.
Hmm.
It was one of those situations, but I would have to go dig the thing out to even see what it was because, like I said, I remember it being like a pen and a flashlight and a little AR-15 handguard in there. I want to say, and maybe a challenge coin or something or a keychain. I don't remember.
Hmm.
No
This
patches. There wasn't a
Enforce,
patch in there.
this Enforce one is kind of neat.
Yeah. Thing 1 and thing 2.
I got most of the ones I'm scrolling through and seeing here, but I didn't realize I was missing any of the Wii's. I don't have this Kalashnikov USA in 9. Like I have a regular AK, so they must have put these out at a different time. I didn't get any of these, but you can tell by looking at them that they went cheap, and the dye
Yeah.
of the Velcro is coming through and leaching into the red.
I don't know. Bring that one up. Yeah, I don't think I have one of those. Pretty
It's
sure
a little
I don't.
short 9mm crank kind of thing.
I think I've got the regular one.
These Glock ones this year, they did this kind of orange one that says strong. Then they did this for shooting, not for show. That one's glued, so that one's gonna blow apart and get all gross. So that's kind of weird that Glock would cheap out on something like that.
Yeah, and then they had the big round one, the 43X or something.
Yep, I think that one's okay. But that orange one there, don't put it on your patch panels. It'll self-destruct at some point. Now this one they're calling a SHOT Show patch, but again, I think that's just what they do at this time of year is rebrand your auction to say SHOT Show patch. Like this one just says suppress, like that's not SHOT Show. A full-size Yoda wearing a MAGA hat. I guess they're like, if you just throw enough pop stuff together, you'll make money on it. I can't believe how much these things are. Dang. I didn't know even where that is. Where was Spiritus Systems at? What is Spiritus Systems? Bags?
I don't know.
Yeah. Plate carriers and armor and stuff. Lifestyle. Huh. But somebody in the patch game would probably be worth going to Spiritus Systems next year and grabbing a couple of patches because they're worth $150 this year.
Yeah, they'll have like 45 billion of them at the booth next year. They won't be worth anything.
Yeah, but people will be lined up like Willy Wonka looking for the golden ticket.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's kind of the bouncing around that happens. It would happen to barbecue. Faxon.
I didn't go by Faxon, but they usually have about 3 different designs, usually, and one of them is fairly rare.
So this one's kind of neat. Tutti Frutti chameleon looking thing, like 80s colors or something, maybe. But I don't know if that's really SHOT Show or not.
It's funny because I like to point out companies that actually helped us out because remember, I'm still a hobby. And Faxon actually donated a barrel to us. They help us with the bills. So they donated a gunner barrel to us years ago that we did a 2A4E community build. So different companies, individuals sent parts, and we actually built a rifle out of it, which was pretty cool. The parts they sent. And, with our Patreon, and somebody won a rifle out in Washington State. She's actually a 2A advocate. She won the rifle. So I thought that was really cool.
Nice.
That's awesome. Do you have a parts list posted anywhere on the website of that gun? Just if people wanted to go and kind of do like a copy build.
Oh no, not at all. That's hilarious. Because I didn't think of it as somebody like me. I would, because it was really cool. Like one of the companies out of Mississippi that did the lower, I never even heard of them, and they contacted me and they were like, "Hey, I heard you were doing the build. We want to send you a lower." And they sent me this really, I think, what do you call it, DLC? looking really well done lower receiver. And then I had friends buy like a Brownell's bolt carrier group, Nordic, was it Nordic Components handguard. So no one cheaped out. You know what I mean? No one gave me except about 20 people sent me A2 hand grips because I said I liked them. So that's the only thing that was inexpensive. And we ended up putting like some Magpul or somebody, Bravo Company maybe, pistol grip on it. I took a picture of it when I was in the Chris Costa class and had Chris Costa hold it. He was impressed with the build.
So somebody stole the Pink Panthers logo patch off of one of the patch swaps. So it's possible that it'll be up for sale. There's this one guy you can tell from looking at some of these big lots of auctions up here when I was looking. The ones that have this white background all seem to be the same guy. So that's somebody who went in and horked and is now, a week later has auctions up. This one, somebody else that's on their bathroom floor or something. There's somebody else.
Yeah.
But this guy's got a lot of them, and they all have this like auction little thing in the bottom. So I suspect if anybody's going to have a Pink Panther one, it'll be one of these.
Yeah.
And these are pretty much like all garbage, one rare one. So the guy's like setting them up because he has them all, so he knows which ones are the rarest, and he's putting up things that look like a lot, but again, like most of these were tables full of patches, so very low cost ones.
Mm-hmm. I don't have one of those Bushmaster. I wished I had one of those.
Wait a minute, what does it look like?
I got you. I can get you a Bushmaster.
It's just a Bushmaster logo.
I got a couple.
I got some from SHOT Show 2020.
That's just one I know I don't have. So
yeah. Friends of mine sent me some, so when I get to my place and get all my stuff out of the pod, I still have stuff from 2020.
So I want to talk a second, G, since we're on patches and you've mentioned about patches blowing up. You've talked about it before. Here's the thing. I've never, and I mean, I'm going to events for 5 years now getting patches or something, right? So I've got patches everywhere, obviously. I know that all of them can't be, they're out of all of the patches I have on my patch panel. Some of them have to be glued or bad or whatever. They're just plain odds, right? They have to be. And I've never had a problem. So.
Oh, no. You're saying that you think one of them is glued just because you have a lot of patches? I don't think so, because very few people do that because it's such a bad thing to do. So you can only have it happen once. And then the company that does it, I think it has to be like a phenomenon. Like you're only going to do that until a couple of customers say, never send me anything again. So I think it's got to be a thing. So anyway, there's very few. I barely ever see patches. That's why I hardly ever bring it up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But having hundreds of patches, you would think. But what are the things that set it off? I mean, if you're temperature controlled or
I have no idea. That's the problem. I have no idea. I just know that a couple of times I've noticed it. And the worst is it happens in like when you just have them all in a big bag or something, or just in a big something when they're all together, because then it just explodes. And all of a sudden you're just like going through your patches and there's like, what happened in here? And then a whole bunch of them get ruined because they've got this like
goop
kind of snotty, it's not, it decomposes and it's not glue anymore, but it also isn't, it's kind of like a oil and it smells kind of solventy, and it just really messes up a bunch of patches and then makes them all kind of wet. Like, they all, the rubber parts get all this wet and it just soaks into the rubber, and it's just bad news. So the best case scenario is it happens with a patch that's in its own little plastic bag. How a lot of times they come in a plastic bag. Sometimes they come in a plastic bag. If the patch is glued and it goes off in a plastic bag, then it's contained. Then it just ruins itself. and it
okay.
looks like a really weird wet nap or something. Like it just looks like somebody did something horrible to a patch in there.
Right.
But and that's where I just happened to have a couple where I was like, oh, now I know what's happening. Like before, I never could figure out why. I just figured some patches. I thought actually what I think is I used to think the rubber just decomposed back in the day. Like the rubber would just fall apart and release ooze,
Right.
right? And it wasn't. It was that I'd never paid attention, but it was that some of them were releasing their Velcro. And what we're talking about is when you'd have a rubber patch, the back of a rubber patch is like a really smooth piece of rubber. Like it's very smooth. And normally you sew Velcro on there physically and it doesn't matter how smooth the rubber is. But when they try to just glue Velcro on, it's just impossible for glue to stick to that smooth surface. So it'll stick there for a while
Right.
and then it just doesn't. And at that point, I guess it's possible that it just comes off, but it doesn't just come off. It decomposes, and I think that glue actually reacts to the rubber because the rubber is made of durable material.
So for me, my patches, at least, I mean, obviously the extras I have left over, they're in various drawers and everything else. They are piled up like you're talking about, but they do get gone through pretty often because I give away multiples every month, right? So I'm always digging through there and aerating, I guess, or whatever. And then all of my personal ones, they pretty quickly, usually after an event, get put on a panel somewhere. So maybe that helps too because they're aired out more or something.
I just went and grabbed them. So if I turn this on and bring me up. All right, so these are some of the glued ones this year, and you can tell because I'm not going to be able to get it to focus good, but there's no sewing, right? Like
so I'm looking at one of those right now that's at least 3 years old on a patch panel, and I haven't had an issue with it. So
one of these hyper fires that are rubber, that are sewed. That are not sewed.
Yeah, correct. It's identical to that. That's one thing I noticed. Hyperfire didn't change their design from forever. Didn't look like.
Well, some of the hyperfires are sewed. These are the ones that aren't.
No, I'm looking at it right now. I mean, I got my eyes on it. It's identical to that.
Well, again, it's just a matter of if the patch will look the same. It's just a matter of if they're sewing right here or not.
Right. Well, it's not. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And then this was another one. That's too bad because it's a nice looking one. But these are pretty tough on there. Like I'm not been able to pull them apart or nothing.
I've seen a lot of them. I've seen a lot of them like that.
And these are on here pretty good. So I'll go get one that has what I'm talking about. And this is their new one because they figured it out and they have the sewing on it. And this is their one from before.
Right.
I don't really want to open it, but it's basically it looks like olive oil or something in there now. But if you touched it, it would be a little stickier than olive oil. And I don't know if you can tell, but I can.
Oh yeah, I can tell.
Velcro.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't know if this one, like I say, it was just in with other ones. So you know what I mean? Like whatever the conditions were, it was in with others. So I hear you. Like this is the most I've ever found, and it's just because I've been aware of it that I pay attention. I don't want them around my other patches.
Yes, correct.
And I noticed that Glock did it. I was like, what? And actually, this was the first one I noticed because this was such a cool patch on media day at the range. And you don't really get patches at the range usually. But as soon as I started looking at it, I'm like, as a patch guy, I'm like, that's some nice patchery right there. Like they got some cool design elements. It's, just subtle enough. the gun looks there cool and it's it's obvious, but good art whatever. There's a logo on it and it's like subtle colors and everything. But then I started looking and I'm like, how did they even sew this? And then I'm like, wait a minute, they didn't sew this. And you can kind of tell they're going to curl funny. Maybe that has something to do with it. So maybe it's
You can
something
sort of,
was on a roll. This was on a roll. So you can tell that the rubber part had to dry and cure. And then this stuff is trying to go back into a roll or something. So maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe if there's a tension.
Yep.
Because this one's definitely curling.
Yep.
And this one's curling the other way. But the other
So what do
thing
you
is,
think about separating the backing, Velcro, glued, or sewn on those ones that are distorted? What do you think about like a preservation thing, being removing them and cleaning off any of the gunk and then restoring them, like maybe backing them with archival paper or something like that? I mean, I know this gets pretty specific, but what do you think?
well, first off, I ain't going to archival paper nothing that's disgracing the American flag and using it in advertising and writing on it. But on this one, I definitely cannot get the Velcro from the rubber. Like they are definitely smushed together.
Yeah.
This one, however, I can go right in there and that's peeling off pretty easy. And
oh wow.
right, so that's just a
Yeah.
total different type of situation.
Yeah.
This one had, can you see, like this one, the Velcro is some reason like a smidge inside. Like I don't know why they would do that, right? All these others, the Velcro is right to the edge. So I'm guessing that this was, I don't even know. I was going to say maybe laser cut or something, but I don't know how they did this right to the edge. Then these unities are same way. Like there's a ridge or like an edge around them.
Mhm.
So I'm wondering if these are going to peel also. No, not so much. And it's possible that just, they learned their lesson from the bad glues and maybe they're using better glues or glues that match with the stuff more. I've also noticed it with the kind that are made out of like the material that like a sign will be made out of, like one of those banner type of signs. They make patches out of that sometimes and they'll glue it to the Velcro. I've had those come apart too. They'll almost always curl and then fall apart.
Yeah.
But I think that's again trying to use a glue that isn't
Right.
made for it.
I don't remember. I did a video one time where I was taking my iron-on patches and sew-on patches and putting Velcro on them, and I forgot the glue I landed on, but it's worked. I don't know how old that video is now, but it's worked great. I haven't had any issues out of any of the ones that I used that glue on, for sure. It's just some type of a high-strength permanent fabric glue.
And I don't think there's a problem with glue. I just think that it's something about the materials, like the glue and this rubber is the problem, or the glue doesn't
Well,
really
it's almost like
Velcro or something, and then the rubber just messes with it or something.
yeah. Well, ideally, what you would want is you would want a glue that almost made like a chemical reaction with the rubber in a way to adhere.
Yeah,
You
like
know
a
what I'm saying?
solvent or
To
something,
bond
and
it,
then
almost weld it together, right?
exactly.
And with the patches I'm talking about, they're mostly the sewn, whatever fabric patches that I'm talking about that I've done. So they've got the weird iron-on back end or the whatever. But I'm also using. I don't use stick-on Velcro. I buy the big wide Velcro. That way I can get with I think up to like a 4-inch patch. You can just use one little piece, but it's just the raw Velcro that I glue on, and that way it doesn't have iron-on crap on the Velcro, and it also doesn't have any kind of sticky or anything like that. So I think that's why I've had such good luck. Is it just it bonds better that way.
This Vertex one's kind of cool. I didn't see this one. Vertex, you almost always have to ask, and then that doesn't mean nothing. They're going to look at you and decide if they're going to give you a patch. There's one of those true shots.
Was it?
So Gun Owners of America just had ammo cans full of patches, and they were encouraging anybody to take as many of those as they wanted. So anybody buying them from someone on YouTube or on eBay, I guess, is I don't understand that at all. Like, you're encouraging someone to take in patches from Gun Owners America and turn it into $20. And unless they're telling you they're going to give that $20 to Gun Owners America, you're just giving $20 to somebody who took a bunch of patches from Gun Owners America.
Well, how many people are out there, right? You're talking about eBay. How many? First of all, how many are out there might be from different countries, but how many people are also out there that don't understand SHOT Show, right? And so they think it's way far more elite, which it is more of a privatized event, but they think it's far more elite than what it actually is, or they're not understanding, how many because they weren't there or just completely dumped. What was the true shot? Was it one of the round true shots you said?
The one with the you were talking about with the
Yeah, it's the one you needed.
Swaro on it.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Is that what you're talking about? I think that's what I was talking about.
Oh, I thought you was talking about it was a true shot, the round one that you were talking about earlier. You needed.
Yeah, right there, $14.
What in the heck? I'm gonna have to go find that one. I need to go find that one right now, and I'm gonna send I'm gonna send that to the Ginger and go, look, somebody's selling your patches.
Who's that?
Well, they weren't. They were walking around the show,
Oh,
and handing out stuff, and they were not handing out handfuls of those patches. He gives me extra, but he knows that I, do giveaways with them and do other things, right? But they weren't just throwing those everywhere. They weren't vomiting them all over the place.
so this person is
Jefferson,
nothing but
Texas.
patches, and they got a Volter shirt up there, bunch of weird pants and stuff. Look, they just stole pants and taking pants off of people's stuff at SHOT Show.
And they're from Texas, Jefferson, Texas. Look at that.
Oh, does it say that somewhere?
Yeah. But it also, if you'll read, this is KR Antiques Vintage and things. I wonder if somebody goes to SHOT Show, they pick up swag, and then they just sell it to, $1 a patch or whatever, to like an antique store or you know what I'm saying, a secondhand store.
It's more likely, since there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that are actually from SHOT Show, that somebody came in and said, "Here, I have this stuff, and I think it's worth something," right?
Right.
Then
Right.
just think that they went all the way to SHOT Show to sell 5 things. I guess it's possible that they sold a whole bunch of other things and we just didn't see it. But
I just thought someone had found. Well, I saw the patches and I didn't put it together until I saw the clothing. I was like, maybe somebody did get Flying Rich's bags because he didn't get them.
put your girl's pants. That's what he wears, probably.
He's a small dude.
Yeah, it's cheaper. So DJ wants to get some patch trading going. What are you talking about?
I got some preview images on my Insta. I have some spares, some here's and there's, and I was just seeing if anybody out there in the text chat was into this before I get towards the panel. Let's see if you guys have something. Mine are all non-shot. There are there's one that might have previously been, but I don't believe so. Any of you guys heard of a company called Victoptics? Victoptics, like an optic company?
Victoptics? I don't know about that one. Sounds pretty neat, though.
That's right. This is the one I got.
What is this one? Engine
The one in the
build?
middle? I know. That's pretty damn random. It's actually a Cleveite bearing. That's Tony and I this last summer. But that's a Cleveite bearing engine builders club patch. It just happened to be in the same general vicinity as some of my other patches. But yeah, I'm tripled up on those the green bug, and those are O&A patches. But one of them's already gone. The Instagram one with the Glock in it, that one's been taken.
I was going to say, that one's a pretty expensive patch.
Yeah, I might be interested in a couple.
I never heard of Vict Optics, but I like that whole like optic at an angle type of like
It's a,
perspective.
Yeah, me too.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a neat patch. Yeah.
So the Horus ones, it's crazy. So some of these things, it's just interesting to look at because, like the Armalite ones, for example, and this is that same person with that same backdrop. These Armalite ones were sitting there by the handfuls and handfuls, even on Thursday. I think Thursday or Friday, I walked past there. Friday, maybe I walked past there, and they still had the old logo out, and that thing glows in the dark. That's a glow in the dark Armalite old logo, classic or vintage logo, or whatever you want to call it. Freaking amazing. And they still had them out there by the handfuls on Friday. This one was gone, and I only saw one ever. And the guy kept saying they were gone. I can't believe that one's only $16 because it's such a neat looking patch. Although it's just a holster, but still. These were, I mean, they were nice and they were giving them away. They had a ton of them and they were giving them away. So I don't know where this Hell No Joe, that other person had one. Here's one from Schmeiser. Shot Show Schmeiser patch. Is that for real? It's kind of neat, but I don't know if it's really from SHOT Show or not. I don't know what Schmeiser is. Is that an ammo company?
I don't know.
And this one's from Silencer Shop. I didn't know Silencer Shop had patches. Dang it. That would have been a great one to
Sand person.
with muzzles coming out of its head instead of spikes, and then dead air suppressors for its patch over its one eye. Kind of neat.
Nice.
This one is ridiculous. This one is ridiculous. They're giving these away. They're out by the handfuls. They have the same patch every year. It's a nice patch. It glows. But to pay $17 is ridiculous. That's just somebody who picked up handfuls of patch and you're giving them $17.
Yep.
And again, Armalite patch for $14. Wow. I mean, if it's like Tony trying to do a giveaway thing, or not a giveaway, a fundraiser, I totally get that. But like this, these patches were sitting there in a stack, and you could just grab as many as you wanted. I didn't know what they were. I got one because it looked like barbecue.
The lead star under that is too. They've had those for that design for 4 years probably.
Yeah, and $20
by the handfuls for 4 years. In fact, there are people in 2020 I seen with literally bags of those walking out of the PSA booth.
I think the only way to get the Angst Arms ones was to get it at Media Day. SHOT Show SoCal 2A. So how did that one happen?
That's pretty neat. That's kind of like the Raiders.
Raiders look, yeah.
Kind of using the Raiders theme. That's pretty neat.
I like it when patch places riff on pop culture items, old advertising, that kind of thing. I mean, some of the original designs, yeah, super cool. But ones that riff on familiar images, I dig those as well.
So you guys are making me appreciate this stuff because I just it's not my thing, you know what I mean? But now I'm looking at them going, hey, this stuff is pretty cool. And I also found I have that Chameleon Faxon patch. I was just looking through stuff.
Yeah, I was probably and G-Webs can even remember, but I was probably a year into a little YouTube thing and everything, and patches is like, it was okay, and then all of a sudden, it didn't take long, and I fell hard. I got patch panels everywhere; they're covered. It's just cool. It's something that you're going to these events anyway, right? You're picking up stuff typically because the whole point of this is advertising, right? To get companies' names out. They want their patches out there so people see their name and everything else. So you're getting, even if you get them for giveaways and stuff like that, how difficult is it to keep one and slap it on the wall? You know what I mean? And then the next thing you know, it's like, whoa, where did you get that one? Or, whatever the case may be when you start looking back through some of these.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean, I didn't pick anything up with that in mind. I picked it up in, like, I have, some of the guys leave face
Yeah.
masks and some of the Otis liquid hand sanitizers. I'm just trying to put together a little, like, shot swag something
Mhm.
and hope people like, hey, that's pretty cool. And you throw some patches in. But now that I see how much these patches are worth, I mean, to me, it's like, okay, I want to make the most bang for the buck I can when I do the giveaways, or not the giveaways, but the raffle. And I want to make it worthwhile. If you're a patch dude, you go, hey, cool, I can get that, or I can help you guys out, or whatever. Because I'm
Right.
figuring $20, right? $20 an entry. I mean, I raised $870 for CNJFO for my birthday thing on Facebook, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Hmm.
I
Most
mean,
definitely. But Tony, you got to be careful, man. I can hear it in your voice when you're
what's
just
that?
like, "That's cool," and all that extra. Because 2 years ago, before I knew G and knew he had a gear website shop and stuff like that, I maybe had half a dozen patches from when I was a kid. Now I got panels of them. I got some up for trade now. I'm just like, gimme, 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 gimme. It's a
Yeah, I
dangerous
see.
thing, man. It's a dangerous thing.
Yeah, I have enough stuff, man. I can't get into this because I mean, I have guns and ammo I have to put together so we can keep having events. I can't get in the patches, but I can get them together and have guys, raffle and raise money to pay for food,
Oh
to
yeah.
pay for food at the events, to pay for everything. I'm loving it because the season's about to start up on February 23rd. We're gonna have our first one. And then our very next one is going to be at a new range for us in Jersey on March 1st. So I can't wait to kick the season off this year.
So I have these. I went around on Friday and took some video of the big patch swaps at SWAT,
Hmm.
and I'm just noticing here that Chris has a patch. I didn't know that. Chris Chang has a patch.
Oh yeah. Oh, I ran into Chris when I went to go to the range day, right? So everyone has the mask on, and we're downstairs trying to catch the bus because that's what I did, the shuttle bus or whatever. So I go down and I walk into the room, and it's a small room where they're checking everyone's name off. And we look at each other, and he goes, "Hey, Tony." And I'm like, "Oh, hey, Chris Chang," because he had his patch on his sleeve. I'm like, "Phew, got lucky with that one."
Did he give you one? You got one?
No, I didn't even ask. I didn't even think about it. I said, "What kind of guy walks around with his name on a patch?" While I had my bathtub patch with my picture in the tub with a gun. We just joking.
Great.
So then this one that has the triangle with Coop Show and then 2022. I don't know what that one is, but that's obviously from this year.
Hey, is this over by SWAT? Is this their patch thing, that circle they had up, or is it someone
Yeah.
else?
No, yeah, this is theirs. They have these two columns.
Mm-hmm.
I just went around looking at them on Friday so that, well, this is where Pink's was already stolen. I think Pink's was on this panel.
Oh, that sucks. Because they were being real. Hey, listen, no, you have to give us one, and we'll put it up there. You don't take one off.
Oh, no, you can't take any. It's not really a patch swap. It's a patch swap in that you give them one of yours and they give you their patch. And they have, one that they give you each day. Like I say, they weren't that good this year.
Okay.
But the thing is, you could give them a patch that you picked up somewhere else. They don't really care. So you don't have to give them like a patch that you created or something. So like most of the patches up here are going to be patches that somebody grabbed somewhere else. But that's why I like looking at it on Friday, because then you get a pretty good idea of what all patches were at SHOT Show that year.
Oh, nice, smart.
So like I don't know what this one is. That's like an element thing. It just says 27 with some sort of thing, but that's kind of neat looking. The battle arms patch is cool. I didn't see that one anywhere. Welcome to the gun show. I don't know what that one is. I think I got one of these Meprolites. I don't know what this little target one is right next to the Meprolite though. That one's kind of neat.
Is that Hollison or no?
I don't know. It doesn't really. If it is a logo, I don't recognize it. KCI USA. Dang. And then it's got a Chinese mag on it. MITS Precision has some kind of a tiger holding an AR.
Some of These are cool. Yeah, you're right, DJ Play Nice. Yeah, I can't get involved in this.
Well, the
I'm
thing is, they don't
saying,
cost nothing, but it's just takes time or whatever. The nice thing, I think, only thing I like about patches is they're like T-shirts and stuff. I got T-shirts, but then you wear them and then they're dead, and you got to get
Mhm.
another one. You know, so T-shirts are T-shirts, but they're more like, they're more like clothing or something. Hats, same kind of thing. And you can only wear one hat at a time. But with the patches or whatever, they're just not. They're perishable and they don't cost nothing, and they don't. They're not perishable. They don't cost much, and then they, for the most part, they just, they mind their own business. So if you're interested in them, you can pay attention to them, and then you can ignore them completely. And whenever you want to go back to them, they're still there. You know what I mean? They didn't wear
Hey,
out. They didn't fall apart or nothing for the most part.
there's a friend of mine's patch right in the middle of the two Glocks on the elongated circle, Prime STL, right in the center.
Oh, that's the shop in with the
Same.
KB does the
Yeah,
the train and
St.
learn.
Louis.
yeah, they're awesome people. I hung out with them.
Meet up with them, and I didn't even know they had a patch. So I'll have to get some of their patches.
Yeah, I didn't either. And I was actually hanging out with them Monday and Tuesday.
I can't tell what this one is next to theirs, but that one is pretty good. It's some kind of like World War II looking bomber nose art girl sitting on a 50 BMG or something, maybe.
Patriot Patch Company.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yep, Patriot Patch Company.
5 or something. And then this one is like something wearing a poncho and a sombrero, the AK. There's that Blue Line Bears. Did you put that one up, or was she running around putting out patches? I don't know if Clover went to this one. And then I don't know what this
Oh
all in
hell,
all.
I'm muted. No, I would never give away one of my Blue Line Bears batches. Never. What I was curious was that one of your ammo cans?
Spam can.
Your spam
Yeah.
cans?
Yeah, I gave away the Hungarian ones this year because I got a bunch
Okay.
of them.
Okay, I thought it was. I was like, hey, that looks like one of. Jeez.
Yeah,
Oh,
I caught that as well.
and that
I see
50
stripper clips too.
Yeah, stripper clips too. The World War II nose art thing. Patriot Patch Company actually did a series of nose arts that came out. So if you guys want to go over there and check them out, because I think they're in there, like they're just selling them now. Before I think they came out like one a month or something, a patch of the month, and then they switched up or they did it as a series. Either or, it's pretty cool.
So with the Blue Line Bear, you were talking about that one. I don't know of a way to get a Blue Line Bear other than to give a donation. So that may have been maybe her that put one of hers over there or something. I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know anybody that's just walked up and said, "Hey, I want one of your patches." Being they're kind of there to, as an organization and need the money and whatever. I mean, maybe people do. I don't know.
Now I seen another one on a backpack on a mannequin or like on a chest rig or something on a mannequin,
Mhm.
and so I figure somebody was walking around putting them out. Unless it was you.
I just read what Pink has. I was zoomed in, so I didn't see what he said.
Speaking of, did you see my Instagram with, I can't remember what company it was, that I was walking around with Ghost and he was talking to this tactical, you know, uh, body armor, freaking kit, rig, vest place or whatever. And I
Mhm.
put a Fud Life, one of my Fud Life bears on their rig that they had on the mannequin. He was all kitted out and stuff, and I slapped a Fud Life bear on him and took an Instagram picture.
Oh, heck yeah.
It was awesome.
That's great.
Uh-oh, Tony hit the wrong button.
Oh, yeah. He probably was trying to hit something and hit out.
Oh, I just realized that's the company that had the little poker chip patch is what I did that.
Which one?
The one that I slapped
HRT?
the one I slapped it. Yeah, HRT. Yeah, the one I slapped the Bud Light Bear on. Yeah.
So a bunch of these are like, I'm guessing units or something, or like individuals patches and things. But some of them could have been like that dry heat one. I definitely would have liked that one. I don't know what this one is. It kind of looks like M&P, but it ain't. Here's some kind of crazy taco looking one.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, they weren't even. I don't think anything was that low when I was over there. What was this, Friday?
This is Friday, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
This staccato one would have been interesting. I don't know where that came from because they didn't have any patches. They had just 2 patches this year, and that wasn't them. So this might have been, I don't know, maybe because these girls really like patches, so they might have just brought stuff out to make the patch, from last year or something to make it look cool, or from 2 years ago, I guess, make it look cool.
Well, or you also have certain people that know the trading and other stuff's going on, and they'll bring patches from, their self, a few of them. I've run into quite a few
That's
people that
actually
way before.
probably a thing. Bring a bunch of patches from like 2 years ago to next year's shot or something.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing maybe something like that next year. I don't want to, patches get heavy. You don't want to bring a ton, but I'm thinking about bringing some from previous years or even stuff I've gotten from gear websites or, just a few random things along with my patches.
Look at you. Yeah, I actually have to think ahead on shot now. I don't have the girl Wii. I got like 4 boy Wiis.
Well, I need I've got plenty of girls and I need the boys. So maybe we can work something out if you want to.
Hey, why not, man?
I've got these 4. So I got the girl in like with the black background and the white background, the boy with the white background and the black background, and then the boy in the forest. So there's also a girl in the forest.
I just have the boy in the forest.
See, the problem is they had a lot of patches, and then they had a lot of varieties of a lot of patches, and just started handing them out.
Oh yeah, they were dumping them.
I
Yeah,
thought
that was crazy.
I thought the tough patch was cute though. The tough COVID patch.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I was upstairs actually on the 5th floor, and they gave me that one.
Seeing 20 was it 2019? I think or 2020, one of those years. They had I forgot which 2 booths, but the tough booth had the cure, but you had to find the SHOT Show crud patch, and then if you went to the tough booth and showed them the SHOT Show crud patch, they gave you the SHOT Show cure patch.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
They were actually nice to me, and they helped me out when I first started. Like just because I have no idea. Over like online or something, Nancy over the Tough said she liked what we were doing and just sent me a bunch of swag to fill out, swag bags. For when you come in the I mean, not shot show, I'm sorry. When you come in the diversity shoot, I'd have like the FN catalog, some pens from someone, and like little swag like that. Just show up at the event and you got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she just gave me a bunch of stuff like that, and I thought that was awesome because it was, hi, my name is Tony. I'm from Jersey, and I hold this every other month.
Mhm.
And companies were just willing to give me stuff, and I thought that was just really cool. And now it's grown to what we're doing now. I told someone we went from asking for swag to asking for firearms to now we need money.
Much is the money.
We
Are
just
you
need
talking
money.
about ink pens or like lapel pins?
Well, I was doing ink pens.
Wow.
I was doing stuff so people could like leave my event with things that could
Mhm.
actually start conversations at work
Yeah.
without being overtly screaming gun, but it's
Right.
like, hey, is that a Glock pen or is that a Grey Ghost Precision? Like what is that? Oh, I
Mhm.
went to this event, and now you have a conversation going.
Yep. My wife, and I asked for a reason. My wife is really into the pins, and holy crap, we were going through swag here a few
Wow.
days ago, and it's like insane the amount of pins she's got. Like if you wanna know what pins were at SHOT Show, my wife's the one to talk to for sure. Good lord.
Did she get any of these Glock pens? I didn't know Glock had a new pen. Look at this thing.
Those
Yeah,
look nice.
I'm sure she did.
I need to get one of these or a couple of these pens if she did, because I didn't even know. Dang it.
Yeah, I got a Faxon pen right here they gave to me. Yeah, your wife was fun, dude. She brought, what did she hit, a bakery or something and had like some cake and stuff?
I have
And,
no idea. She
oh,
does her own thing.
yeah, we came, she was coming into the media room and she was like, hey, I got like some cupcakes and cake. I'm like, you're my new best friend. Let's go hang out.
Right.
Here's that patch that I couldn't tell what it is.
What is
And
it?
I don't know. They don't tell you, I don't think.
No.
Collectible patch from SHOT Show.
Oh, okay.
Nah, they don't know either. Yeah.
Nope.
Funny.
Canic back in the day gave me one. Um, and all it said was Canic. Like this was 2015 maybe at NRA. And somebody just snatched it off my bag. I was like, that was not cool.
While the bag was on you, who's
Yep.
got balls that big?
That is a thing. That is a thing.
Yeah. It was the
Damn.
stupidest thing. Because I mean NRA used to be packed and I have a huge backpack on my back and somebody snatched it right off, dude. I was like, that is, I mean, I'm not like angry, but I'm like, that is childish.
No, it's a
This is
thing.
why I can only advocate for on-body patch carry.
Nice.
There's people that'll do that in order to share, or that's how they assume people are. I don't know. There's people that's their thing. Is they
That's
think people are gonna hork them and they wear them like that. I mean, it's Velcro. It's not like if you really want it on there, you got to staple it on or something. But
Yeah, it's all right. I just thought that was ridiculous, and I was really, and I didn't really mind because I was angry at them, because I'd spoken to them and they were at that time refusing to send the Canex TP9s to New Jersey, because at that time I think they had 17 round mags, and I'm like, if you guys sold a 15 rounder, they could be sold in Jersey at the time. Yeah, we're not going to bother. I'm like, we have 1 million gun owners in New Jersey, 1 million firearms ID cards. Why would you turn down that customer base? This was early on, and I was obviously talking to somebody that wasn't that bright, or they changed their minds.
$24. This was. Did you guys go down to Savoir and get those badge holders when they were dishing them out on Monday?
No.
They had them by the stacks and stacks. So this is somebody that just went down there and grabbed a stack of them and $24 now. Crazy.
Yeah, because they didn't even give us a patch holder, really.
SHOT Show don't even bother anymore because nobody ever uses the fake garbage one that they give you or whatever.
Oh.
Good one.
So I had nothing, and I went down and I got one from Grey Ghost Tactical Tailor. Whatever. He gave me one, so I thought that was really great because I'm like, dude, where are all the ones? Because again, I moved and packed my stuff up, not thinking, hey, dummy, you need a badge holder.
Well, that's true, but then at the same time, it is a good idea to be able to go grab one from somebody because there are people that bring badge holders.
Yeah, and this was really nice, and it had a wide, band for your neck.
Well, because you
So
got it from somebody made in USA and decent. And that's the other thing is they're not going to just give everybody one necessarily. They're going to bring some for folks that are worth getting a made in USA decent one.
yeah, you could tell the difference, and I was really happy about it because I was able to put my bathtub patch in the new, or the latest version of the 2A4E patch, and those are got some decent size to them. And Gina Roberts actually ordered one because she wanted my bathtub patch. So she ordered it and actually posted it up when it came in 2 days ago. I thought that was really cool.
I
On her
literally
Facebook.
ran into her down in the dungeon, uh, on the food court. I
Oh
was like,
yeah,
"Holy crap!" I said, "I'm glad I run into you." I said, like literally, because I probably wouldn't have seen you otherwise, and talked to her for a few minutes.
yeah. Actually, we must have seen her. We definitely did see her around the same time because you were when I walked past her at Grey Ghost. You were over at We.
Ah, yep, probably so.
Yeah, you were over at We with the whole gang. And the guy I was rolling with, Aaron, said, "Hey, did you see Ghost and Clover over there?" And I was like, "No." He was like, "I don't know. It looked interesting. We should go back." And we went
Yeah,
back the next day and checked it out.
yeah. They need to. That's one they need to throw your way for the diversity shoot. I think.
Oh, dude, definitely diversity shoot and for the kids event. Oh, I have to get in on that fundraiser too. We're having another one, a kids 22 shoot here. Um,
Mhm.
it's so much fun. We volunteer every year to have just a kids 22 shoot with CNJFO, and I bring that 22 Ruger 1022 I have with the High Tower Armory P90 kit, and
Mhm.
it looks like a P90 with a suppressor on it in Jersey. Dude, all the kids go, "Oh, that's the gun from Call of Duty, or that's the gun from Tarkov," and they're right over there. It's just a fun thing, and then the adults see it and they jump on it. So yeah,
Mhm.
that we JR-15 would definitely be bonkers. He needs to put a faux suppressor on that too. I mean, just tactical it up. Have the regular one and then have a super tactical one.
Mhm. Well, that's
I
what G Webs was talking about. With the market, right? For those is like the accessory market could be amazing for those.
I'm
Yeah,
hoping they come and then everybody will just make all their stuff smaller for those.
yeah, because doesn't it have like it really actually only has a 9-inch barrel and then the other part is an extension, right? To keep the weight down. That's what he said. That's not really a 16-inch solid barrel.
Yep, I think it's shrouded.
Yeah, so definitely
So they
easy to
could,
put the faux suppressor under that.
um, yeah, you could just do. All you would have to do is just put, when you machine your shroud, just machine the end a little larger, right, and knurl it or something where it looks like a suppressor. Be
Hmm.
all you'd need to do.
Yeah, just I mean, obviously you're a real one.
GSG used to do it. You just have this barrel
Yeah.
that was literally like a pencil, and then you had this giant aluminum shroud over it,
Yep.
and it was threaded on and everything, and you could thread it off. Because I remember back when I worked
Yep.
at Dunham's, we sold a ton of those things. People are like, "Oh my god, it actually has a suppressor." I'm like, "You're about to be disappointed."
Yes, I actually remember those. Um,
Yep.
yep, those were awesome, and I'm like, kids would love it. It has the look. It wouldn't
Yeah,
be heavy, and adults love it too because especially if you live in a state like this, where you can't have it anyway. Being able to burn through 22 ammo and everything looks the same, fun, just fun, and even the Junior 15 or JR-15 still looks fun.
Yeah.
well, and there's a huge marketing point that I don't think a lot of people think about, and like you guys were just talking, with aftermarket accessories and whatnot. Back when I worked at Dunham's, I would tell people all the time, instead of looking at this youth model rifle, I mean, if you really want to go with a youth model rifle, that's cool, do it. But I always found that there's a bit of a aftermarket resale issue. Yeah, you end up losing a lot unless you plan on keeping it and
All right.
saving it for a grandchild or something. So I'd always point them to like the M&P 1522 or even a true AR and tell them, hey, we've got these conversion kits from CMMG, swap that out, and then you can just run 22 until you're ready to say, okay, you can shoot 223 556. I was like, but with that collapsible stock, it allows the rifle to grow with the kid. I was like, and you put it up on bags or something to support the weight, or put a bipod on it. And when kids get older, and you're going, man, what do I get them? What do I get them? You got this whole array of accessories now that you can buy, because teenagers are hard to buy for. So, hey, here's a flashlight, here's a laser, here's a ACOG, here's a red dot sight. As like the possibilities are endless. I sold so many guns on that sales pitch alone.
Yeah, I mean,
Totally
I
makes
hear,
Great
I hear
idea
you.
for sure.
I hear you, but it sounds to me like you're projecting tactical on people that may not be so tactical. They may be a part of the FUD life, and so, that's my only problem with that. But to your point, you can also do that with a Remington 597 and as well as a Ruger 1022. And they also even make kits for the Marlin Model 60.
Yeah, but back when I was doing this,
Yeah.
Ruger wasn't doing their like. That's when the 715T had just come out, which I think was absolute garbage.
Oh, it's horrible. Yeah.
Oh, so awful. I made the mistake of buying one, and that is one gun I don't regret selling. It's awful. But like in the 715 and the M&P 1522 were like the hot dogs on the market, and I was waiting for Ruger to come out with the 1022 option, and that's when they really started to
Well,
start
I'm not
messing
talking
around with it more.
about. So I'm not talking about the factory option. I'm talking about the like Archangel. I know was one.
Oh
And I
yeah,
think maybe Pro Mag made the kit as well. For years they've made those.
Well, you're right. I mean, because again, like I said, with the high tower armory kit, that just turns it into a bullpup and a lot of fun. But I think because I do the gun and gear review podcast, a lot of the people that listen in, they get caught in a tactical Timmy thing, and I'm like, everyone that buys a firearm isn't a tactical Timmy or even a wannabe.
Mhm.
But I mean, there's a market, especially now with games like Tarkov and COD, and the video game renderings have become a lot better and more realistic. That's going to be a market too, and I'm not saying it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of ways into this now. And then when they started making old West games, lever actions just went nuts. So when I break out the Golden Boy, the kids love that too, even though it's a little front end heavy.
This is true. Yeah. So with another thing that you consider when you're talking about parents and looking, and I always go to this when I get the whole youth, question. I'm like, well, you know, I get into the lifestyle type questions like, what's going on? What are y'all doing? What do you own as the parent, right? And part of the reason is they come to me and they ask me the question because of my background in youth shooting sports. And it's like, so the MP 15, if you're looking to potentially create a situation to where your kid is shooting competition and stuff like that, especially rimfire precision and things, maybe not optimal, Ruger 1022, if you're doing like steel challenge, some type of speed steel, okay, possibly depending on the size of the kid. But if you're shooting precision for sure, Ruger 1022 is almost worthless. So, you get into this series of questions. But to, what Guns and Barbecue said earlier, also, you're talking about a kid that's likely to hang on to that rifle. Because, if they are likely to hang on to that rifle, then, it's okay to get, the Savage Rascal or something like that, particularly if you're talking a smaller kid. Because I've seen smaller kids actually shoot precision matches with a Savage Rascal.
Nice.
Takes a little bit of tweaking on the sights, which are totally within rules in most competitions. But they can certainly hold their own. And we're talking small. Obviously, you got to be 8 or more with 4-H shooting sports. But we're talking about an 8-year-old that looks like a 5-year-old almost. You know what I mean? And can seriously hold their own.
Yeah, because I have Artisan Tony gave us that cricket that looks like the Arctic Warfare.
Yeah.
I can't even think of it. Yeah, so uh, I have that, and I've taken that out to the events because it has a little 4-power scope on it. And these kids, man, because it's a sniper's rifle, and they're into it, and they just get down because they do two sections. They do manual action, obviously lever action, pump action, and bolt action, and that's where we introduce the kids to the 22s. And then after they go through every one of those ports and try all those different actions, we even have a couple rolling blocks, which is awesome. Then we switch it out to semi-autos, and the kids can go back through the line, after they do the basics with the first one. So it's a lot of fun when you do stuff like that. Yeah, gun and gear review on Firearms Radio Network.
Got it. Gonna drop the link in the chat.
Okay, I didn't see it. I'm only doing this through my phone. But yeah, dude, it is so much fun with the kids and introducing them. One of the guys had the 45, the 1911 with the suppressor. I think that's GSG too, right? They also did that. They did a 1911 with a fake suppressor. So when they were asking what firearms did we want in our port, I had the one that looked like the P90 with a suppressor, and then I got a 1911 with a suppressor in my port, and I had a line of kids backed up. We want to shoot those. Those are from Call of Duty. I thought that was the greatest. And those little devils burned through 22 ammo. Thank goodness we had raised money and got donations. But it is so much fun introducing children to safe firearms handling and just watch them be blown away. Of course, in Jersey, I worry. I'm like, where do the kids talk about this at? Like, where do they have conversations with their friends at about the cool guns they shoot at our events without getting thrown out of school?
An unfortunate consideration to have to make, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, growing up, you used to be able to talk about almost anything. I mean, we talk about hunting in school. Well, first day of hunting season, pretty much no one showed up anyway. And I'm like, I
I
can't
remember somebody had to wear a shirt inside out for something. Like some rock band had something on a shirt one time.
Gee,
Really?
my own mother, an English teacher, made me do that and then sent me home at lunch to change. It was a Rat, the band Rat. It was a Rat tour shirt. I don't know. I don't even remember what the problem was. It didn't have like scantily clad girls. It just had, I don't know, vermin and a logo on it. Not acceptable. She didn't even know I had it.
Yeah, I was thinking about the Eddie logo.
Yeah.
Got sent home because of that. I still remember my aunt telling me listening to AC/DC is going to put me on the highway to hell. I
Oh,
just
geez.
started laughing.
I can remember catching hell a couple of times from adults who knew that I was a Kiss fan. I didn't have the T-shirt, Knights in Satan's Service, and all that other kind of stuff. And just like, oh, come on now. Yeah, well, if it did, if rock and roll has stolen my soul, I'm going straight to hell. And I guess if I'm going to hell in a bucket, guess I'm enjoying the ride.
Yeah, it just made me laugh. And then of course, now I love my aunt, but she would listen to James Brown. The girl over there with the high pants on was totally acceptable.
Or what am I thinking? Marvin Gaye, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Let's get it on.
let's get it
Like,
on. And sexual
really?
healing. All
Really?
that was fun.
How is Love Gun really any different than Let's Get It On? Let's be honest.
Well, and if we're going to go back to James Brown, though, Lick and Stick. I mean,
That's
come
true.
on. Mama, come here quick. It's like, come on now.
Bruh, Tutti Frutti from Little Richard.
Yeah.
The first one. Yeah.
Yeah. Or
But actually, I just
Comfort built for speed. Long tall Sally.
Mhm.
She seems to have everything Uncle John needs. Come on, dude.
Yep. And actually, I said, OG with the with Tutti Frutti, actually going back to the jazz era. Jelly Roll, all the slang terms. I mean, we're getting pretty far afield from Patches here, but we're talking music, so I don't mind. But G-Webs is no. Sorry about that, man.
Yeah, but it was. Yeah. But then, I got big balls. She's got big balls. He's got the biggest balls of them all. Oh, that was
And they're
wrong.
such big balls, dirty big balls. We go all night. I love it.
I'm like, what? And that's why right now, even though some of the music out this now I don't like, I'm like, we have zero room to talk. I mean, I come from the generation of Two Live Crew. There was
Yeah.
absolutely nothing I can say about lyrics.
I made so much money on pirate copies of Two Live Crew back in the day. Oh my God. Like $5 a tape, you know. Heck yeah.
Who
And you could
goes to
buy
you?
you
Who
could
goes to
buy
you for Two Live Crew?
you could
Right.
buy like 4 blanks for what, like $1 or something at
Yeah.
the dollar store. So I mean, I was making money, and it wasn't because kids couldn't afford them. It's because their parents
They
wouldn't let
could.
them buy them. You know what
They
I mean?
wouldn't let them
And
buy
then
them.
and then they would get caught, and their parents would throw them away, and they was like, "I need another one." I'm like, okay, you've got to skip
Man,
lunch a couple days here, but yeah, we can do that.
You
that's
should
the
have been
greatest.
labeling them like John Denver's greatest hits or
Oh,
or
definitely.
Gordon Lightfoot or something. A little incog.
Rocky Mountain High. Here you go. Don't stop, get it, get it. That doesn't sound like John Denver. It's in the chorus.
It's a remix.
It's a remix. You're gonna break into Rocky Mountain High in a second now.
Hmm.
Oh
Well,
gosh,
you
that
could
is
just
so
put
funny.
it. You wouldn't even have to move the actual tape over, just the case, right? It's plenty, but I've actually done that and moved tapes over before, where you 4 screws and you could do all kinds of things.
That is the greatest, dude. I never thought of you as
But I made
but
money. I made money fixing them because back in the day of cassette tapes, I mean, let's be honest, 8 tracks that way too, but 8 tracks not necessarily so much for my age, but with cassette tapes, I mean, how many players would eat a tape, right?
yep.
And somebody would be like, "Oh man, it ate up my Def Leppard or my Bon Jovi or my Iron Maiden or whatever it was,
Yep.
right?" And I'm like, "I can fix that." And they're like, "What?" And so I like take it and they bring it in like a sack into school and like $5 or something, right? And I spend like all evening unraveling the thing and respooling it. And another thing is tapes breaking. They would play so much and stuff a lot of times that they
Hmm.
would break. And that very easy with just a little drop of super glue to fix that. And you've got a little bit of skip, but you don't realize
I
how
got my Rick
much
I got my
how
Rick Springfield
much
back.
how much time, right, when you're running a tape, how fast it's moving, right? So if
Oh
you
wow.
if you just overlap just enough to super glue it back together, right, to weld it back together, you miss like a third of a second. So it's just a little bitty hiccup. And tapes had that much hiccup in the sound systems and everything else anyway back in the day. So yeah, I
Come
made all
on.
kind of money doing crap like that. I mean the pencil to spool a cassette, that's a real thing, man.
Hmm.
That
Yeah,
is hilarious. Yeah, man.
reattaching the felt pad when they get we call it getting chipmunks when it
Hmm.
wouldn't have the pressure pad wasn't going against the head anymore. Jeez.
I actually took I did one better. I actually had a little setup. I did it so much with the respool and stuff. I had I had a little 9-volt electric motor. It come out of I don't know, I tore it out of a race car that broke or something, right? A little something like that. And rigged it up and so I could set the cassette and hold it up against the 9-volt motor, man, and kick it in and spool that sucker up.
I just freaking little DJ Clover putting stuff together.
Yeah, then I got into all the sound system, man. Sherwood 240s and the Fosgate 18s and oh man,
That is amazing.
I could rattle windows, baby.
Man, never assume, man. People have gotten all kinds of stuff. All right, I have to go. My wife just sent me some houses to look at, so I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for making me aware of this whole patch game because I really was not. Uh, I'm not going to get involved like that though, but that's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Dangerous,
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh huh.
dangerous.
I know.
Go
That's what I
easy,
keep
Tony.
telling myself, man. That's what I keep telling myself. All right, guys. Have a good one.
See you,
Thanks, man.
Tony.
Bye, guys.
Oh. Oh,
Well,
gee.
so I wanted to spend some time on patches today. So thanks for Ray jumping in. I had planned to. I need to do this again maybe next Monday. Spend some time on patches because my goal is to get I've taken pictures of everything. I have to edit the pictures and get them into the website so that when pre-order patches are done, Yankees FUD patch, then I'm going to try to let Patreons pick stuff they might want. So I need to have it up there so that they can do that, and I got to have that. That has to exist before all that takes place. So I'm scheduling next Monday to work on that again. Like I said, some other stuff came up today. So today I did want to get in there and do something, and we did accomplish some stuff. We figured out, I think, just from y'all talking and searching through eBay, have a pretty good idea of what all patches might be out there, and then taking a look at the patch panel from Friday, the patch swap. Again, kind of got another idea of what patches might or might not be out there. So it sounds like Tony might have a bunch of good ones that he was given, and he'll probably be interested in trading a couple of those, I would think, if people are interested. And then it sounds like I'm going to get a couple of the to be able to complete some collections with Clover there, and then I can send you some stuff so you can complete some collections. And then, we still have to figure out what happened with Gizzard. So if everybody was all collecting for Gizzard, then Gizzard probably has a big pile of stuff, and he might trade some of that off. And then Ghost. Do you know if Ghost grabbed a bunch of patches? He was flying, so it's a little bit different.
He didn't. Yeah, he didn't.
He did not?
No, he didn't get a whole lot. No. To my knowledge, he didn't get a whole lot. He didn't have anything. I don't think he checked a single bag the whole time or anything. And so that would tell me that he didn't walk around, obviously, with a bunch of patches and stuff all day, every day. I wouldn't think. But I could be wrong.
Well, that's the thing, though. You'd probably know if he was shipping it, and that's pretty much the only way to bring patches home if you're flying.
Yeah, he definitely was not. Yeah, definitely was not.
But anyway, whoever else might have showed up that grabbed them and then drove, we'll still be able to figure out from them what they all might have. But anyway, I don't think there's anything that's going to be too much of a surprise, I guess. I think, like I say, I figured out all the ones that might be out there. The surprise might be if somebody has a couple or one or two of the more rare ones that they want to trade off. So I guess we'll find out. Otherwise, unless anybody else has anything else, we'll end it up here pretty quick.
I don't have anything.
Nothing.
Might
Oh,
mention,
well,
since we're talking patches, through the end of the day today, anyway, I've had a couple partake, not many, but I've kind of redone patches. When I came home and looked around, I found some, the Ranger Eyes and a couple of the other things that I had a few of those that I didn't realize that I had any left. So I've revamped the inventory in the store over at clovertac.com/shop. And for every one patch you buy in the store, I will send you two from the, not just the SHOT Show pile, but I do have the picture of the SHOT Show pile, but I've got them all lumped together in the prize box. So not necessarily. And if you buy multiple patches, you're guaranteed a variety of freebies. So take advantage while you can, especially on the shotgun and the Ranger Eye and the yellow and the orange border round one. Those are going to be the final ones probably that I have left.
You still have more floodlight shotguns?
Yeah, there's
Those
a
are
few, however many it's showing. There's been some sales today, so however many it's showing over there is how many I've got left. That's it.
So I've got to go snag one more. I'll have to go right over there right now.
And then
off he goes.
you get two other ones then also.
It says there are 5 left in stock, Clover.
Yeah.
Throwing the link out to your shop. Quick question: is the gear website store back online after the show?
No, not really.
All right.
I guess I got other things I was doing, but I won't be doing it tonight. It'll be soon because I need to have it back on. But no, not yet. Thanks for asking though.
Well, while barbecue is off buying shotgun patches, I'd like to remind, listeners, that the Almost Nightly Firearms show is tomorrow and Thursday night. So stop by Barbecue's channel and join in the fun.
Yep.
I should probably be saying something else. I just can't think of anything else that I was going to bring up on this one. So we'll. Plus, can you hear this? I'm getting annoyed by a dog over here who's pestering me
Nope.
on a live show.
You sound fine.
Can you hear her making all that noise?
Mm-mm. Well, I don't at least. Sorry.
So anyway, that's got me distracted. So she evidently thinks that by coming over here and bugging me while I'm live, that I'm going to feed her again, and she's already eaten today. But I'm going to take care of that, and well, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go over here and go to this ad. How about this?
Hey, did you know that you could help support our future projects and let everyone know you're a fan of what we do? Check out our print-on-demand store. We have a tab here on YouTube. When you click on it, you can choose from a bunch of different items. We have shirts and posters and coffee mugs. Click on the one you like. When you find the design you want to put on it, choose a color and a size if it's appropriate. And when you purchase these items, a portion goes to help fund our future projects. We really do appreciate your support. You get some cool stuff. When you get that stuff, post pictures here and on other platforms, and we'll hook you up next time you order from our Gear website store. Thank you for your support of gunwebsites.com.
There you go. So thanks again, everybody, for joining. We'll have more insight and looking at the patches from SHOT Show. Like I say, as I get a bit more time to get them all archived up there, because once I've got all mine up there, that'll be a majority of them, and then we can figure out which ones we're missing from that collection. And then I think we can do a pretty good job of having all the patches from SHOT Show posted in one place. And that's, I don't know if that's ever been done before, so that'll just be a neat thing to have done. Otherwise, though, we'll be able to use that to just talk about patches going forward. And of course, for all the people that pre-ordered, you'll have a chance to grab hopefully something that you want. Well, definitely something you want, but hopefully something that's one of your first choices of stuff you want. All right, with that, let's see what everybody else is saying over here. DJ's dropping links. Thanks for that. We will be back to pick you up later.
So let us know what you think. We'll be watching the comments wherever you find the video, over on gunstreamer.com or on guntube.org.
Thank you for supporting our projects. If you'd like to buy us a cup of coffee, check out our Patreon channel.
The guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourages you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thank you for watching gunwebsites.com.